Hi, everybody. It's just a few minutes after 7 p.m. and I thought I'd pop on because it's been a while since we've had a music time with Jonah. And let me message him just for a second. I'm getting him ready to be in the backdrop of the studio so I can bring him in. And I know that sometimes it takes a while for StreamYard to get all of the notification sent. So we are going to see how long it takes to get notification sent. I'm really wondering which angle would be best. Let's see. And when we have Jonah here, we probably need, let's see. Probably we'll do a split screen. Hey, Ashley, we're fixing to do music time with Jonah. I'm fixing to bring him on. Let's see. Just trying to make sure I get everything ready before he gets in here. So we're going to be doing probably 30, 45 minutes with Jonah. While we're listening to him, I'm probably going to be crafting, so don't freak out. I just like to listen and craft. My favorite thing to do. So I'm going to kind of be doing my thing listening. I'm going to kind of interview him a little bit. I see he's now in the backdrop of the studio. I'm going to try to interview him just a little bit, let y'all know what he's currently up to. And then we'll just let him play, take requests like he did the last time. And y'all, I just don't know which way I like this better. Like this? No, I don't like it like that. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so I'm going to bring Jonah on now. Everybody ready? I know this weather's killing me too. I'm trying to do anything to keep myself just motivated. Here comes Jonah. Let's see here. Hey, Jonah, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm great. Now, when he starts playing and stuff, I will be muting my mic, and so that I will not interfere. And I'm going to be over here, kind of probably doing some arts and crafts and listening and enjoying the little concert with everyone else. But while we're letting people kind of trickle in, we're going to leave this up just so it goes to my videos and stays. I need to put my chair over a little bit and stays there so that it can be viewed for as long as it needs to be viewed. This is kind of an impromptu thing we wanted to do. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Jonah is, if you all don't know, my musically just gifted bonus child. Um, Both he and his brother are my bonus children, and they're both musically talented, just above any capacity of normal that I've ever seen. So I like to show them off whenever possible. And Jonah is actually doing a lot musically right now. And Jonah, tell them how young you are.
I am 20.
So this transformation. He's always loved music and wrestling. Also, you need to come pick up your wrestling stickers. I got you.
Okay.
But he's always loved music and wrestling. But music really started to take the forefront between the ages of 12 and 14 predominantly as your voice matured and you started really exploring. And so he likes the very emotional driven music, the very almost kind of, what would you call it? The intrinsic, it's inside of you and you can feel the music.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
So he's really an emotional singer, and he's one of those that can bring emotions out of people very, very, very quickly. And tell him a little bit about what you're doing currently right now, Jonah.
So my main band is Ditch Diggers, where I play guitar and sing. Funny enough, the way the band started I went to get a tattoo,
Yes.
and me and my tattoo artist ended up becoming good friends. We went to a concert that night, and we ended up jamming one day and was like, well, this is our life now. And we just started jamming every day at the house. And we finally ended up moving over to a different practice space. We started getting more serious. We started learning covers. We started writing a little bit. We did a few shows, and then we got our great bass player Jaybird, who was a great addition and just really brought that low end thump that we were needing.
Did y'all basically kind of teach him the chords and he kind of took off?
No, he had been playing guitar and bass for a while.
Okay.
We did have to teach him a few of the songs because he hadn't heard some of them. But other than that, it was kind of magic, really.
It was. Yeah, the
We
way
just,
y'all met. Yeah, because we everyone has known each other forever.
yeah, I mean, you take two country bumpkins and throw a dude from California in there, and you got a band. Like,
Yeah, and it's really neat because he came to do tattooing for one of my friends that has the shop and does tattooing and does makeup, and it's basically a barber salon, cosmetology, nail piercing, tattoo, everything. It's a one-stop shop. I mean, I love it. It's great. She's a super efficient, effective businesswoman. She's so smart. Known her forever. She wanted to branch and get tattoo artists in, and brought in this man who is very talented. He actually did my granddaughter's name on my arm, and put as much thought and detail into it as he did. Like the artists do big pieces. I was very impressed with him. But it was like when he showed up, it was like everything clicked because I had been talking to her because I think she'd been doing your hair or something, or
she
pierced you a couple of times.
she started. She became my main piercer because it's very affordable, very affordable.
And I did your septum. I paid for your septum when you
You did?
passed your well test. Yes, I remember. And we all got to talking, and then this tattoo guy came in, and it just kind of everybody melded into a little band.
Yeah, it all just kind of unfolded in front of us, and we just had to play with the cards we were dealt, and we ended up making it work. And we got a pretty kick-ass band, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, and they can follow you all on Instagram. It's the Ditch Diggers, correct? Correct.
Yeah, that we're more Facebook active, honestly.
Yep.
You can find us under Ditch Diggers.
And you can also find them on if you ever want to see like little videos of the past. Amanda Chaotic has some of their stuff on Instagram from when they were starting out, so you can always go back there and catch up with that too. She's also a very talented artist in her own right, and it's maybe something that somebody want to be interested in and check out her work as well.
If I'm not mistaken, there are a few lives of our show on her page.
Yeah, I believe so because that's where I go to rewatch what y'all have been doing. I'm so the stalker bonus mother. I stalk you and watch all your singing. And I bet you right now that my is probably going to be watching this within the next 24 hours. So say hi, Miss Donna,
Hello, Miss Donna.
because I guarantee she's going to see this. And she misses you. She asks about you every time she sees me. So you're also in a couple of other ventures right now too, though. What else are you doing right now?
So, aside from Ditch Diggers, I'm obviously I own my own shop, so I'm trying to do what I can with that. I'm also the drummer of a band called Ishimura. We're more of kind of groovy deathcore style, and I'm also kind of a mix. I play guitar, drums, mandolin, whatever I need to in another group called Chaos and the Flies.
Yes, he's very good at small engine repair, and he fixes my tiller and my mower every time it messes up. And he also is I don't know, you've got a lot of skills, but you play the guitar, piano, drums. What else?
So guitar, bass, drums, banjo, mandolin, and piano.
There we go, people. So he's very well rounded, and which also in the well rounded, this just reminded me. I have a fog light out on my Jeep that I'm going to need you to help me get into it. Takes an 8 millimeter socket and a flathead screwdriver because you got to go in the wheel well. And
Well,
David's hands are too big, so you may have to help me.
I should have that.
It's a 15-minute job. I just need to go buy the bulb. But what we're going to do now is we're going to let him kind of show us some of the stuff he's been working on. And you all that have saw him before, especially in the replay, if you've seen him before, there is about a year ago, I guess, or more, we did the musical talent of Jonah live, and he did a lot of requests and a lot of singing. So you can go back and see how his voice has changed, matured, and where he's going with his musical style. It's interesting. I always enjoy kind of following him and seeing what he's up to and how he's changing and how he's growing. So this is a catch up for everybody. And when he's playing, I'm going to mute. But what would you like to start out with, and tell us why you want to start out with it, and kind of what your focus is on? Tell us a little bit about it.
So this is a song we wrote. It can go one of two ways. There can either be vocals or not. Typically, if I don't have the boys behind me, I like playing it instrumental-wise, but it's a song called 10 O'Clock. It's just a really trippy, like 70s kind of, like if Hendrix kind of did metal, sort of.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's we have two songs that are kind of just like a musical acid trip. That's the best way to describe them.
Well, and music does actually open up synaptic roots in the brain that's and only like 37% of people have the ability to have that kind of melding sensation with music. So it is kind of a rare and unique feeling when you bond with music. So, and it is a brain chemical hormonal thing. So that's interesting.
The main thing about this song is the main thing within it is the phase. It's really the star of the show that kind of it adds that translucence to it, I guess you could say. And the way we got the name was I had my phase pedal set on 10 o'clock, and then ta-da. We're really simple creatures. We can't do much.
That's a great story, though. That's really great. And you go by your middle names, correct?
Yeah. Well, me and Jimmy do. It's Earl and Lee and Jay Bird.
I think that sounds like a thing. I think it works. Okay, so what's the first thing you're going to play for us?
It's a song called 10 O'Clock.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself, and I'll come back as soon as he's done. Enjoy, guys. That was beautiful.
A little taste
Like
of it. It's a lot different with drums and bass behind it.
Wes, I like the guitar tone. I like to follow. It's like following the river, and then the bass and everything are the trees and the brush around the river for me. That's how I look at music, and I really like the unexpected little tonal changes in the guitar when you go from kind of rougher to more
Mhm.
soothing tone. I like that a lot. Now, when you all play gigs, what is your favorite song to sing?
Oh God. Um, it's honestly, I'm not really sure. Um, that's a great question though. Probably, definitely one of my top five favorites is Saint Jimmy by Green Day.
Okay,
Uh,
that's a rare one for me.
I love it. That's one of my favorite tracks off that album. Probably Voodoo Child because I
Okay.
don't have to do a lot of singing.
Gives you a break,
Uh,
a little vocal break.
yeah, so, some of my favorites, honestly, are like "Dance with Your Heart," which is the first song me and Jimmy had ever written together, and just mainly a couple of our originals. It's a toss up because everything we do, I really love doing because this is the only thing I've ever wanted to do. So just being able to get up on a stage and whether I'm playing for 300 people or three people,
Mm.
it's the same thing every time. It's one of the best feelings I've ever had is just to be able to play in front of people.
But I definitely think that's what you're meant to be doing. I think you're meant to be sharing your talent. And that's what I've told you since you were tiny. And you started out very young and impressed the crap out of me. We did a photo shoot, oh my gosh, like 8 or 10 years ago. 8 years ago, I guess. Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago. And you wanted to basically look like a little miniature Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I do remember that.
Because that was your guidepost when you started playing guitar. That was who you wanted to emulate and who you loved the sound of. And one of the favorite songs that we did in our last session was Pride and Joy.
That was that's always a fun one. It's that's one typically we have on almost every set list for shows that we play.
Was that one that you would like to sing for us tonight so that they could go back and look and see how your voice is maturing?
I can absolutely, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to mute myself. Let's listen to Pride and Joy.
Let me get a little thing figured out here. Well, you've heard about love and giving sight to the blind. My baby's like cause the sun to shine. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm a little boy. Yeah, I love my baby, my heart and soul. Love like ice cold, never cold. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm a little rubber boy. Yeah, I love my baby, strong and lean. You mess with her, you see a man get mean. She's my sweet little my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm a little lover boy. Yeah, I love my baby like the finest wine. Stick with her till the end of time. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm my little lover boy. Yeah, I love my baby, my heart and soul. Love like I won't never, ever, ever grow. She's my pride and joy. She's my sweet little baby. I'm a little lover boy.
That's honestly, that's one of my favorites to hear you sing, because I know how much that meant to you when you were young, and how much that like gave you the momentum to explore the guitar and learn more things. You were constantly pushing yourself and trying to get new riffs down and learn new chords. And I just remember you put so much energy toward it, and I was always so proud of you because you put so much energy toward it. Everybody, Gypsy's just loving this. This is great.
Yeah,
So
it's always been one of my go-tos.
we're going to leave this up because it's Friday night and I know everybody has stuff to do, but we're going to leave this up and I'm going to share this to Facebook, share this around. We want to get people to watch this and come back and watch it again. And I'm going to probably send it to JJ Lawhorn and Kelsey and just be like, look at this talent, look at this. And because like I've said, if I could be, if I could help out and get you noticed anywhere, that's what I want to do. But we're going to leave this up because I think the last one got a few hundred views. And with my subgroup, they kind of filter through. They all work different jobs where they're all in different age groups of life. And they all filter through at different times. So we're going to see after about 30, 60 days how many views this has and see if it takes off more than the first one or not. But we also have a surprise because tomorrow I'm going to be doing a photo shoot with Jonah. And because, every artiste needs a new, headshot every once in a while, we're going to do some kind of dark, shadowy, kind of, I don't know, kind of playful gothic photos. And we're going to have fun with it.
It's kind of like if Typo Negative met Sons of Anarchy.
That's a great way to describe it. Yes. And so I think what I may do tomorrow also is while we're doing the photo shoot, I may film our photo shoot as tomorrow's video for my channel. So they can see, they can see the background of what goes on when I'm trying to take photos.
It's gonna be something. That's all I can say.
So we'll have fun with that tomorrow. We'll try to turn that into a little mini video as well for everybody, because the people that have consistently come to my channel and watch my videos have routinely asked about you, how you're doing, what's going on. And I'm also trying to work on getting Chris Stringer to come and do an interview and song session as well, because he's got a really good voice with really good message. But I've told them about your success as of late, and they've been really, really like stoked for you and wanting to hear you again. So let's show them some growth. What is a song that you think shows some of your growth since the last year and a half?
I mean, there's been a lot changed within writing, honestly. Because last time I was playing just like a lot of thrashy, in the most humble musical words that I can put it, I was just playing thrashy bullshit.
That's
And
describe it, I guess.
um, I've just feel as if I've grown as a writer to be able to write kind of more complex riffs. Um, because not all the hard songs are the fast songs.
Yeah.
Because when you play fast, you play fast. Like, it is what it is. If you mess up, there's going to be some people notice, but if it's manageable, not a lot of people's going to notice. But if you're playing like friggin' "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd and you mess up, that's going to be noticeable because
Yeah.
it's a lot slower and a lot more complex than people think. And that's how I feel how I've grown, because I've learned to write more, not exactly too much of like a difference within the pieces, but there are some that are more significant than others. When it comes to the way somebody could relate to the song, the way I relate to the song, it all just kind of depends. Of course, that's going into more lyrical things. But when
So you're more lyrically driven or guitar driven now?
I'm a little bit of both. I typically start out with a riff or a chord progression. So it's, I mean, every now and again, I'll do a little something vocally and be like, oh, that's cool, and then write something with it. But I'm mainly riff and rhythm driven.
Okay. I understand that.
Um, there was when I used to play riffs, I wanted people to headbang. Everybody, if they write something that they think's heavy, they want people to headbang to it. Have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I write riffs like that now, but not for just people to march around to. I want people to feel the soul within each note, which is kind of cliche sounding, but that's just kind of how I put my energy towards it. And it's not always going to be accepted that way, but when it is, it's one of the best feelings on earth.
I think a music lover would completely understand that, because one of the reasons we listen to music is to have that emotional bond with the music we listen to.
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean, it is, music psychologically changes the brain in so many ways, and it's something that is not even really understood in science yet, how it does what it does, but it's so interesting that it does it. And so I understand completely wanting to reach those people through the music, through the emotional, chemical, hormonal reaction in the brain that feeds into the heart. I get that completely. What is the song that does that to you that you enjoy singing?
It's
Oh,
not so much
Donna,
as
Miss Donna's
singing,
in the
but
house.
hmm?
Miss Donna's in the house. She's in the
ah,
comments.
hey. Um, so there's a song that's not so much vocal driven. I mean, so for this, it's a song called 55. Um, but lyrics can be different night to night for that song. It's more of a jam
Mm-hmm.
that it makes you feel good. Um, the way I used to play was just a lot of like a lot of thrashing. And I still play that stuff. It's fun. But when we started writing 55, that was just something I did. The way I open that song on stage is I'll just start playing the riff, and I'll do my little Ric Flair strut playing it because it's just one of those.
squill at the end was great.
Just one of those you just want to groove to.
Yeah, you definitely the Ric Flair woo head bop going. Yeah, that was
Yeah, that's a song that I don't play. I feel
yep.
because it's just so groovy.
I bet you it makes the crowd move when you play it, doesn't it?
I'm never typically paying attention. I try to look out, but social anxiety as a musician, that's great. But no, there's typically some people moving to that song, and that's pretty awesome to see. Something that you write is making somebody dance. I'm like, yeah, buddy. It
Now,
is a wonderful feeling.
yeah, that and music is for me. It's all about the heart. So I can understand singing and getting lost in your own little world and forgetting that you're in front of a sea of people. I can understand that because I'm the same. Music is very important to me. Now we do have, since Miss Donna's here, which she said hi, Jonah, in the chat.
Hey, Miss Donna.
Let's see. Let's do something that Miss Donna would really enjoy because she's more of a country bluegrass kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you did a funny bluegrass the last time we were here. Have you learned anything else that you would like to play, or would you like to do that one again so people can compare your voice, or have something else?
So recently I have wrote my own bluegrass song. I have a lot of fun playing it. The only thing going through my mind, because I originally wrote this riff on a mandolin, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I texted the guys. I was like, hey, I'm going to write a bluegrass song. They were like, okay. 4 hours later, I texted them. I was like, I'm done. It's wrote. No, it was like 2 hours. No, 37 minutes. I keep thinking of other songs. 37 minutes it took me to write this song. I just sat down on the couch, and the only thing that was running through my head was the show Moonshiners from the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
So the whole song is about running moonshine. And when we've played it live a couple times, and we've typically gotten a decent applause. So I'm like, hey, at least there's some people that still enjoy bluegrass.
Yeah, there's lots, and it's making a comeback now. If you look at, even Laura Pergolizzi does a cover of "In the Pines."
Oh yeah.
It's making a comeback. Okay, so you're gonna do. Oh, and Miss Donna, by the way, said it's good to see you.
Well, I hope I can get down there sometime. You be there and I can see her. It'd be nice.
You got a really nice place for photographs. I'm just saying. An old home place chimney.
Might be a trip.
It might be. We might have to do a photo trip. Yeah.
I'm not against it. I like photos.
Yeah, I do too. So we may go down there and play on the farm one day. So now I'm gonna turn you loose. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna let you do your bluegrass vibe, and we're gonna dedicate this one to Miss Donna.
All right. This is a song called Trailblazer. Running up the hills of Tennessee, wasting time made for me. I can remember the words. Running up through the trees. Oh, yes, they call me Trailblazer, faster than the speed of sound. Oh, yes, they call me Trailblazer, gone before a feather hits the ground. Zigging and zagging ain't no straight lines, trying to hit these curves on time. I cut my wheel and off we go. Hope I don't lose no shine. Oh yes, they call me Trailblazer, faster than the speed of sound. Oh yes, they call me Trailblazer, gone before a feather hits the ground. I don't know what they're talking about. It damn sure might be me. Screaming down all night and day, as long as they leave me be. Oh yes, they call me Trailblazer, faster than the speed of sound. Oh yes, they call me Trailblazer, gone before a feather hits the ground. Oh, yes, they call me trailblazer. Gone before a feather hits the ground. Be nice if I can remember the words.
I was actually that was really good. That would be like an aerobic gym exercise for me doing that.
People working out to bluegrass. Oh, that's awesome. That would be wonderful. Get on the treadmill and run to that.
I mean, just trying to play that and sing that would seem like a workout to me.
Yeah, it's quite a lot anymore.
I'd say it looked like quite a lot, but it's that was a very fun song.
Yeah, I mean, I started breaking a sweat playing mandolin last night at a rehearsal. I was like,
well, I used to do that when we played the fiddle because you would get so terrified, and of course there's no frets on a fiddle, and I would just I don't know nothing would go right because once you kind of gave yourself that little bad juju, you could not hit a note. But I would get so nervous when I would like try to play a new song or try to play a song that people really, really, really liked that I was scared I would mess up. And oh my gosh, it was like a workout for me. So I
yeah,
understand in some ways.
yeah, and and typically when you think of bluegrass, you don't think of something like this.
No, which that is your new guitar. So tell everybody a little bit about your new guitar.
So this is Shadow. I went to Knoxville to go to a couple of local shows last month, and I had basically a similar type of guitar, but as a 7 string. And I was like, extra string, I'd rather just tune down. I'm lazy sometimes, but I've been chasing after one of these guitars for a while, and I'm like, if I can get it, I'm going to try to get it. So I did, and this thing is awesome. I love it. It's a 5-way blade, so even though it's just 2 humbuckers, I still get really stratty in between sounds, which I think is awesome because that adds a lot of versatility to a guitar, in my opinion.
It's an Ibanez, right?
Yeah, yeah. Not a really super Ibanez-y neck. It's a little thicker than I was expecting, which is nice because I have jumbo hands. So it was a plus to feel that I had a little bit. It's not super thick, but enough for me to be like, I can play this. It's comfortable.
So I mean, for some of the chords you have to hit, you need those big hands. So.
I mean, absolutely. Especially if I'm playing stuff like Police, where I have to do this chord.
Yes.
Stuff like that. It helps.
So have you been singing the Police and Sting and stuff in your sets?
I wish I blew my voice out back in like February, and I've got it back. I've blown it out. I've blown my voice out quite a few times. I've got it back pretty full now. I'm just I can only say 2 syllables in my falsetto, which hurts me with some of the singing, and that's why we tuned down now. Because we were doing stuff in like E flat standard and E.
Yeah.
And then this Shadow is actually tuned down to D standard, so a whole step down.
From you a little vaporizer, a crystal vaporizer, some honey and lemon, and.
Oh yeah, well, hot toddies have been my friend a lot. Just some honey and tea, a little bit of lemon in there, just a little bit. That and lots of water. Mm-hmm. So I had a very, very filthy habit for about 5 years. Because I was a sneaky. I was a little sneaky, but I quit smoking, which has helped me tremendously. I was like, oh, haha, whatever. But then, I'm 2 weeks and 2 days, no cigarettes. And it is the biggest improvement that I thought I'd never see.
Good.
So if you smoke, quit.
It affects your entire body.
Oh, I can breathe better. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's getting worse is my joints. It's getting cold.
Yeah, that's just the weather, boy.
Arthritis, I feel, is starting to already set in.
Yes, I think it's gonna be a rough winter too, from the way my.
Oh, I've heard it's going to be cold and snowy.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a rough one. Let's see. Let's do something a little more sweet and slow it down a little bit.
Got the perfect thing. I've already got my delay pedal set up as a looper. There's no name to this, but this is a little jam I wrote about a year or two ago, something like that. I wish I had reverb. That'd be nice, but I don't have a pedal. See if I can still play this.
So how many pedals do you have down there?
I'm just running 5 right now. I'm running a Vox V845 wah pedal, a Rat distortion pedal, an MXR Phase 90, an Acapulco Gold by Earthquaker Devices fuzz pedal, which is great for doom metal, and a Boss DD7 digital delay that also has a built-in looper.
The looper is I mean, that's really allowed your creativity to really blossom, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's a lot of stuff that I really like doing. Like if I'm just wanting to like work on a harmony, I don't know if I can still do this. It may be too much. Let's see if I can still do this. so I can play harmonies with myself.
That reminds me of the loops that Freddie and Queen did in
The Prophet song.
yeah, the Prophet song, and then there's another one. Was it the Prophet song? And there's another one they did it, but yeah, the Prophet song is a big one.
The Prophet song is an 8-minute masterpiece.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful
It is.
song.
It's wonderful.
And I've seen a Queen do it with Adam Lambert, and I've seen Mark Martel do it, and Mark Martel nailed it.
Really?
I mean, oh my gosh, he nailed it. And it sounded, if you closed your eyes, it sounded just like Freddie singing. It was just amazing.
He is really good.
He's got a beautiful voice. He needs to work on his personality just a little bit, but he's got a beautiful voice. But I've met him, shook his hand, talked to him. He's really sweet and to me, but he can be a little dry when you meet him. But he's Canadian. Maybe that's what it is. Was he not like Canadian? Maybe that's what it is.
Canadians
really
nice.
Well, yeah, but they're like standoffish, quiet, nice. It's like, how did you put yourself out there? Because he likes to kind of fold in when he gets off stage, and it's like that was kind of odd for me. But he's a very sweet man. Let's see. Now this wouldn't be a little trip down memory lane with me unless you did something Queen. So you're gonna have to play something Queen, even if it's just a small little bit.
I'll do a little bit of everything I know, or I'll try to at least.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Let me see if I can get this tone right. Let's try this one. There we go. I ain't played that one in a while.
Oh, that was good. That was fun. I know the last Queen convention I went to was with you and Jordan and your mom. We went to Cleveland, Ohio, to the American Queen convention, and it was so funny because we all do karaoke and they have bands there and stuff, but I was so proud to bring you, and I kind of told everybody I was bringing my bonus kids. They were so talented, and both of you all sang, and legit, the band put themselves off for like 45 minutes so that the karaoke could keep going on. I will remember that forever.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I didn't do as good as I wanted to because song options were limited. I was like, uh-oh.
But you did good. You sang, which one was it? You sang Save Me, right?
No, I did play the game.
Play the game, that's what it was. And you hit those notes, those hardest notes, you nailed every one of them.
I think they were the only ones I got right.
You nailed every one of them. But it was so impressive because that was the hardest note ever. I mean, no, I don't think anybody ever karaoke that song ever in all the years I went. I don't think anybody. No, I don't. So they were all really impressed with you. Actually, a lot of them still ask about you, and I send them to the Ditch Diggers Facebook and Instagram, and have them follow Amanda, and I tell them what you're doing. And Phoebe, Mr. Freestone, still asks about you, and he follows you as well, right? And you follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. I actually probably need to text him sometime, see how he is.
Check in on him. Yeah, he had a rotator cuff surgery and has had a rough time healing, and had to postpone some of these events, his travel. But he's back now and doing well. And I'm sure he'd love to hear from you and to know what you're doing, know what you're up to. I tell him some stuff, but it's always nicer to come from you.
Yeah. Next time I see Jordan, I may make a little video of me and him just kind of saying hi and send it to
Oh,
him.
he would love that. I actually messaged him the other night. I was like, okay, great Uncle Phoebe. We need twin names. We need different perspectives for names. And he's like, do we know the genders yet? And I was like, nope. So we're just spitballing every idea. So he's like, okay, I'm on it. So he's going to provide a list of names, and I'm going to kind of shove them in front of Haley and go, here's a different side of the world's perspective on names. Um, but he actually wrote my granddaughter Ellie Mae a letter after she was born, just about wanting her to know that the day she was born there was someone halfway across the world celebrating her arrival, and he wanted her to know that. And I
I
thought that was
love
so
Phoebe to death.
sweet. I thought that was so sweet, and I anticipate he'll probably do the same for the twins. But he is just the most kindest and gracious man. If you don't follow Peter Freestone, go to Instagram and it's Peter Freestone Official. And sweetest man ever. Just I mean, love him to death. We've gotten actually super super close. We check up on each other probably at least once a week. So
He's basically just a walking Xanax. I love him to
he
death.
is. That's what I call him. He's walking Xanax. He walks in the room and you just go, oh, it's just calm. And I understand why Freddie, who had such a hectic life, needed somebody who was so calming.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's like 6'5" and he's ginormous, but he's
Oh
so
God,
calming,
he's
so sweet.
that that is a unit.
Yeah, he is legitimately probably one of the most rare personalities I've ever met.
Oh yeah, the first day I met him, like I met him, shook his hand, said hello, and all that. By the end of the night, I went to shake his hand. He just wrapped me up in a hug. I was like,
Yeah,
I have died and went to heaven.
he's just. I mean, you feel the he
Oh,
finally loves the
it
family that we have
this
around.
may be a weird way to describe it, but it almost kind of feels like Freddie's kind of living through him, trying to still give love to his fans.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like to me.
yeah, and I think he doesn't want Freddie's memory to kind of go astray
Yeah,
or
because
go down.
there's like, who do you see talking about Prince anymore?
Yeah,
And
me too.
and he died really not that long ago.
No, not that long, and it's sad that we've already forgotten someone so talented.
Yeah, David Bowie,
Yep.
Stevie Ray
Tom,
Vaughan. I mean, Michael's being brought up, but that's for other reasons. Um, but Freddie died in what, 90, 91?
91. Mm-hmm.
Who do you hear that you say Freddie Mercury and they're just like, I don't know who that is?
I know,
Toddler,
and even
maybe?
reach is amazing. I mean, even a little bumpkin like me in Appalachia ran across their music, and if Mama can attest to this, I was just, I mean, under the spell. It's how I learned a lot of different words. It's how I learned a lot of different language structure. I wrote um, papers in like thesis papers in sophomore English that my teacher was amazed by because I was paralleling like Alfred Lord Tennyson's The Lady of Shalott with Freddie Mercury's "Is This the World That We Created," talking about the Lady of Shalott and the lies, the webs we weave, and how we have to have a comeuppance, and then the world that we create. And my teacher's mind was blown, and she was like, "How do you do all this?" And I'm like, "I just think about it." I said, "But I'm very fortunate that I have a lot of external influences that were very intelligent people because Brian May's an astrophysicist."
A literal, like, rocket scientist.
Yes, and I'm like, okay, that's amazing. And Roger Taylor went to dental school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he went to dental school. He was going to be a dentist. Yeah,
And of
and
course, then there's Deaky. Who knows what happened to him?
well, he's just very quiet since Freddie passed. He's very quiet, but his son is online and very robust and sweet and has the same kind spirit that Deaky has. But he's just chosen to be quiet since Freddie passed, and I respect that.
Yeah,
But I mean, just four very uniquely talented, smart individuals, and I'm sitting there going, if I had not had that influence and had that, not just the song, but the literary influence,
hmm
you know, Yeah, because I come off with words every once in a while. Listen, if you listen to the Fairyfeller's Masterstroke and you learn about William Shakespeare, that's like a whole lesson plan of a whole semester of English wrapped up in one song. And so, I've stumped a few people with what I can talk about, but just because of my music interest, and
Yeah,
I think that you and Jordan are very, very
like
much the same
unless
way.
you listen to like death metal or doom or goth or whatever, it's hard to relate music to death in a serious manner. And maybe not everybody took it the way I did, but when I first listened to Who Wants to Live Forever, I was like, you know what? I'm at peace for when I get at that age. Like when it's my time, this is probably the song that's going to come back in my head.
Yeah, it is a very soothing song, and I think he wrote a lot of. I think that's why he wrote "Mother Love." That was the last song that he sang, and he didn't get to finish it. Brian May had to finish the last verse, but I think that's why he wrote "Mother Love," and it was kind of to tell everybody where he was, but it was also a very soothing song that he wished he'd had more time, but he was going to a good place,
Yeah.
and so that was soothing as a fan. But being somebody that has been in the hospital and told they weren't going to make it a few times because of my pancreas that likes to try to kill me, I can actually say that your body goes into a very calm state, and and of course I'm grounded in my faith and everything. So my body went into a very calm state when the doctors told me it did not look good, and and I was very very sick, very very weak, and my ammonia levels and everything were just nothing was right, and
I'm
your body kind of tells you it's not good.
at that point, it was actually hard for you to even have visitors over, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I was bedbound for the most part. I was kind of not in the land of the living much at all. I was very very sick all the time, and that was when this disorder kind of kicked my butt. It came in like a wrecking ball, Miley, and kicked my butt for a few years. But I had a very calm sensation that it was like I was packing up to go on a vacation that I'd been on 50 times. It was my favorite place, and it was okay if I needed to go back.
Yeah.
And, and so I've lost a lot of people don't like to talk about death, but I've lost a lot of that fear and hesitancy to speak about it. It's because I've almost experienced it so many times. And when I listened to Freddie's last album and the last few years of after Live Aid, when he was diagnosed and he found out and started having to deal with stuff, there was a definite shift in his momentum. And when he was singing with Montserrat Caballé, I think that's some of the most important stuff that he did vocally that satisfied him,
Mm.
and because he wanted to see himself as something other than a rock star. Now you are so well rounded that you can see yourself kind of doing any genre. But what is your favorite genre to do?
Um, so really, I cut my teeth as a blues player for sure, but there's nothing like playing just a really, really chunky riff rhythm of an old rock and roll song. Because we have a song called "Dance with Your Heart," and it's so simple. It's four chords in the chorus, and the verse is just three.
Did you want
But
to sing?
it's just chunky.
Yeah, that's got a really nice hard draw in beat.
Yeah, and it's one that'll surprisingly get you dancing because we play it a lot more upbeat live. We have played it a couple times where I was like, I can't remember the words this fast.
There's another song that draws me in with the first like three beats of the song, and it's "Belly of the Beast" by Danzig.
I don't think I've heard that one.
You got to hear it because within the first three beats, you're sucked into it, and it's an awesome song. I'll send you a link later. It's an awesome song. Um, let's see. We've been on for about an hour now. Let's wind this down. What is your absolute? If you could leave us with one of your favorite songs that just says represents Jonah, what would you want to sing for us? And we'll end on that one.
Oh, I wish I could sing it, but I can't. But one of them is "Love You to Death" by Typo Negative. Basically,
Okay.
Hypo negative. They really helped pull me out of a dark place. I have been sober from cutting
Mhm.
since March, so that's a really big improvement for me.
You
Uh,
spent a lot of evenings with me in the last year talking some stuff out.
hmm, I'm in a lot better place in my life. I've got some new friends. Still got old friends that are there for me. I've got family. It's just, things just kind of started looking up uh, once more, and so it's just helping a lot. And I'm just feeling a lot better about a lot of things.
Yeah, and you were going through it's a hard age, and you were going through a lot because you have a lot of adult responsibilities on you that most people your age do not have yet.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, life kind of hits you square between the eyes. But I think you've done remarkable, especially with keeping your talent as your forefront and focus, and making sure that you're not, you're trying to keep your longevity as a musical artist because you're doing things to make sure that you're not harming your voice and your throat and your body anymore. And I'm very proud of you for the changes you've made over the last year, year and a half. I'm very proud of you.
well, thank you. It is. I mean, music is my life, and it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And it just it means a lot to me. So to be able to do that is it's just nice. It's really nice.
It was my probably my greatest happy memory to be able to introduce both you and Jordan to Peter Freestone because
That
I
was
knew, yeah.
also a very lovely experience, and I hope I get to see him again at some point.
Well, they had the last Queen convention this year in North America because the tax codes have changed. Biden changed the tax codes. I'm gonna get political for 5 seconds. And now most of the charity, like over half of it, has to go back to the government. So now that the like 95% of the money doesn't go to the charity anymore, they said we're not going to do this anymore because they gave to St. Jude's and AIDS awareness and Shriners and stuff like that. But now the money they generate will have to go back to the government in a tax form. And they're like, we're not that's not what we're here for. So they had the last North American Queen Convention fan club this last year, this July and all, last of July, 1st of August, and it's sad to say that, but um, he has said that if he comes to Atlanta, that he will let me know,
Absolutely.
and and we'll go visit. Maybe we go visit Paul. And visit and have a couple of days in Atlanta and go to the aquarium and stuff.
That would that'd be a lot
Oh,
of.
Mom just commented. She says she's so proud of you too.
Oh well, thank you. I love you.
So
Um,
nice, Mom in the chat, isn't it? So nice. Gypsy, Gypsy's amazed. She's just been swaying and singing and just amazed at your musicality. So this has been.
well, but both of y'all, were able to watch me, grow from a little seed, like a little, just tiny. I was a baby, and here I am now. Didn't think I'd make it this far, but I got to level 20, so it's better than nothing.
I'm on level
I'm
45.
still alive.
I'm
Um,
on level 45.
I got a couple more holes in me now. Of course, I've gone on a piercing binge, so
Now,
that's
I
one.
used to have my ears done all the way up. Of course, as I've gotten older, I've ripped them out and tore them out and had to have MRIs and took them out. But I have been challenged like 3 or 4 times in the last few months to get my nose pierced, and David has been like, "That's okay. I'll not do any eyebrows or anything." But I'm thinking about it. My mother's probably sitting there going, "Oh my God, no!" But I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. But
I will let you know the eyebrow hurts less than the nostril.
oh, well, that's absolutely. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I about rubbed this eyebrow off when I was pepper sprayed in that gel when I had that riot happen. And I still have a dead nerve spot right there that I cannot feel. They could probably punch that and I'd never know. But I
Oh
don't,
yeah.
I don't necessarily like the eyebrow. But I've been thinking, but now I don't know if I'll ever do it or not. I have to be in a really healthy spot. But um,
But
I've had a challenge dropped by 4 or 5 people. And I'm like,
I mean, I'd say do it because I mean, I can tell you right now from having these two done and having both of my nostrils done and my septum, the eyebrows hurt the least. Definitely, I forgot how bad a nostril piercing hurt until she stabbed me, and I was like, ah, okay, and it was over. I was like, cool, it was
yeah, it
done.
doesn't last long. I mean, it's not a harrowing experience.
No, but it hurts like hell for about 30 seconds.
It does, yeah, and then it just throbs for like 3 hours. That's where the Bactine numbing spray comes in.
Oh, the piercing itself, my tongue hurt less than my nostril
And I
until
couldn't
I
do that.
tried to eat.
I couldn't do that because I'd be afraid. A lot of people say that they get into the habit of pushing that up against the back of their front teeth and it wears their front teeth out.
So I try not to play with it a whole lot. What I will do is I'll pull it forward and
Yeah.
catch it in my teeth so I can do this, which is me just kind of holding it and twisting the ball. Because I was on a show, or I was on my way to a show in, oh God, where was it? It wasn't Oak Ridge. Um, God, I can't remember where the show was. Uh, Either way, it was on the other side of, Oneida maybe? No, that's a different one. Either way, I was on my way to a show. Um, and I was just sitting there minding my own business, driving along, and the ball fell off.
Oh.
And I was like, huh. I was doing 60 miles an hour. I was like, I'm going to pull over to the side. So I ended up having to pull over and re-put my tongue ring in. I
Yeah.
was like, well, that was scary.
Ask Amanda about my daith piercing that was a tension ball pierce.
Mhm.
Ask her about when she tried to get that out so I could have an MRI. You'll get a good laugh out of that one. That's a good story.
Oh,
That's a
that's
great story. Yeah. So where are y'all up next? Where's your next gig at?
so we're kind of done for the year.
Yeah, just kind of getting off
Um,
season right now, isn't it?
but it's because we mainly play outdoor shows because we are so loud. Not a lot of people like us to play inside because I play through an original 1970 Fender Twin Reverb. So once you get past 2.5 on volume, it's too loud,
Yeah.
and we can't have
Where's
that.
some of the biggest places you played?
Say what?
Where's some of the biggest places you played this year?
So the biggest show that I've played with them was Preservation Pub
Mm-hmm.
in Knoxville. It's a really cool little bar in the strip. And they have a nice stage, nice setup. They're all very welcoming and very very nice people. It's a lot of fun to play there.
That's actually a pretty well-known venue too.
Yeah, and of course everybody knows the pub in town. We've played there numerous times. Typically on Thursdays we used to do some acoustic stuff, but we've kind of been just slowing down since it's getting cold. Like we're all getting older. Our knees hurt. We don't like the cold. Of course, me and Jimmy were built for it, but I'm like, hot chocolate sounds better than
And
freezing cold air.
we need to sing congratulations out to Jimmy and Amanda.
Absolutely, he got married.
They got married, and she looked so cute. She had the old 40s rolls in her hair. I
The
love
pin up,
those.
yeah.
Yes, she was so pretty. So congratulations to them. And now your other ventures. Tell us again name of the other ventures you're in.
So the other two projects I'm in are called Ishimura and Chaos and the Flies.
And do they have social media points as well?
Not yet. We're still just trying to get some stuff together. Also, I probably should be careful. But with Chaos and the Flies, we get to do really cool things and kind of hide our identities. Of course,
Oh,
if you've seen me once, you've seen me a million times. Um,
so
so
it's kind of like the Jabberwockies, only in singing.
I kind of so what I'm going to do is I have a specific mask I'm going to wear and paint the top half of my face. And so that's going to be kind of my look each show. That's always going to remain the same,
Oh, so
at least for that
I get a
project.
little sneak peek of that tomorrow at the photo.
Ooh, yeah, there's going to be a little something, a little something.
Might be a
Hopefully we don't get a strike for having one of my props that I have for it.
nah.
Let's say I hope
Nah.
not.
No.
But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Some new stuff to look forward to. I think as Ditch Diggers, we're going to be booking some more stuff towards spring, early summer. If we can really get it down and find a place, if not do it ourselves, I think we're going to try to start recording an EP soon.
Awesome.
So we should have a short album out. I'm hoping by the end of next year, personally.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um,
I'll wear my
we
hat. Got my sticker on the fridge.
ah, oh yeah, we have merch.
Yeah, they have merch.
Yeah, if you have merch, or well, we have merch. If you want to get any of the merchandise, you can get a hold of either me or Amanda Chaotic on Facebook. Because I'm lucky, I live like 10 minutes from my drummer. Perfect for going to rehearsals because I ain't got to drive that far. But either I can get merch, or if you can get a hold of Amanda, I'm sure she would be willing to bring it up to the shop on days they are open, and you can stop by in and get it.
Yes, I'm sure if some of my subscribers see this and you want to support Jonah and the Ditch Diggers, if you wanted to purchase and do a shipping, I'm sure we could work that with Amanda. And
Probably, yeah.
yeah, just message me, leave a comment, or email me at watersworkload@gmail.com, and we can make that happen. I'll be the interim to make sure that you all get how to get the money and the funds to her and get the addresses to her so she can get everything shipped. But I'm sure just with the shipping fee, I'm sure she'd probably be excited to send some merch to different states and areas.
Yeah, because that's definitely getting our name out there. We have not traveled out of state yet. Not sure if I'm really giving anything away, but we may be doing a private event up in Kentucky. It may be a private event. I don't have a whole lot of details on it.
You guys have done quite a bit this year as a new group. You've had several really prominent placings.
Yeah, we've played Knoxville, we've played Crossville, Gainesboro. That was the show I was thinking of. We played a show over in Gainesboro, and we played a show over in Duff, over near Jellicoe.
I know where Duff is.
We did that for a cancer benefit, and that was a lot of fun. It was freezing cold, freezing cold, but it was worth it, especially for the families.
I'm amazed you didn't hear banjos in Duff.
Yeah, surprisingly, it was just us playing just whatever we could to make people happy at that point. Of course, we still broke into some of our punk stuff. So we still play a lot of punk and a lot of heavier stuff, but we really backed that.
I'm going to freak you out for just a minute, but I supervised like 2 murderers that lived in Duff and Haversham. So, but don't know where you're safe.
I hope.
You're good. You're good.
Good luck trying to kidnap me.
Oh yeah, I'd have you found. I'd have 20 people looking for you in 5 seconds.
It's like taking a fat kid out of a candy store. We're not going to stop screaming.
That's why I said I'm hard to kidnap. That's why I'm. My weight is a safety feature. Although I'm losing quite a bit actually now. So,
God.
So let's see. Let's do one final audio song. Let's do something that you think shows your voice very strongly and that you love and that you want to leave for the subscribers to hear and just to kind of leave them wanting more.
So I've never really used this platform much. If I exit out of this, will I still be able to be seen? Because I don't remember if I remember all the words to this song or not. I don't know if it'll kick me out.
You can actually exit out and go back into the stage, and then I can bring you back when you come back in.
Well, let me. I should be able to remember all the words. If I don't, I'll just kind of mumble over them. When you write quite a few, like I haven't wrote a ton of songs, but when you write, 5 or 6, your brain's like, I hope you wrote that down.
Yeah, and you're constantly evolving them and finessing them until you get them concrete. And so
and there's also, I write in different genres. I've wrote some punk stuff. I've wrote bluegrass. I've wrote country ballads. This one is a country ballad I wrote about 2 years ago. I may have done it on stream before, but it's called Tipsy. I originally wrote it on a guitar, but I'm gonna do it on piano since I really haven't played any of that yet.
Okay, well I'll just mute myself and we'll let you have this one.
After this, if there's a little time, I may have a little something extra. saw you on that stage, I just knew that you'd be mine. I saw that look in your eyes, one that only lovers know. When we stood there face to face, all my heart said was go. And I can't stop staring in your eyes. You're like a diamond-minded mind. You're like the bright lights of New York City. I look at you, Lord, I get tipsy. Oh, when that day came, you took my breath away. I couldn't see, I was blinded by your beauty. When it came down to that first kiss, you blew my mind. When we stood there in one place, I started twinkling your eye. And I can't stop staring in your eyes. You're like a diamond-minded mind. You're like the bright lights of New York City. I look at you, Lord, and I get tipsy. Oh, it'll be the day that I drop down on one knee. I'll know then if you really want me. Then I'll ask that question, what I'm dying to know. Will you marry me today? If so, then let's go. And I can't stop staring in your eyes. You're like a diamond-minded mind. You're like the bright lights of New York City. I look at you, Lord, and I get tipsy. You're like the bright lights of New York City. I look at you, Lord, I get tipsy.
So how long ago did you write that?
About 2 years ago.
That was beautiful.
I
Gypsy put up a
changed
big heart.
it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to write. It takes it out of you though.
That's a very, yeah, it's like a Hallmark movie and a song that kind of takes you through a ride. That was
Oh,
beautiful. I mean, it's very much. Gypsy's doing the big clapping applause emoji. Um, that was very pretty. That was very pretty. So
Thank
you
you.
said you wanted to squeeze something extra in. What's the extra?
Maybe. I mean, if they want it.
I'm sure. Well, we're gonna have people that are gonna come back and watch this for probably a good solid month or so. My subs string through and will watch and rewatch, and I'm sure some when they see your name pop up, they'll be coming back through next week, and this will get watched quite a bit. So leave them something extra there.
Let's see if I can do this here. You take my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love will drive a man insane. You broke my will, heart of the hell. Goodness crazy, gritting balls of fire. I laughed at love cause I thought it was funny. But you came along and you moved me, honey. I changed my mind, this love is fine. Goodness crazy, gritting balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Ooh, feels good. Hold me, baby. Yeah, let me love you like a lover should. You're fine, so kind. I'ma tell this world you're mine, 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 mine. I cheat my nails, but I fit on my thumbs. Getting nervous, trying to show is fun. Come on, baby, driving me crazy. Goodness crazy, green balls of fire. Well, kiss me, baby. Ooh, feels good. Hold me, baby. Yeah, let me love you like a lover should. You're fine, so kind. I'ma tell this world you're mine, 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 mine. I treat my nails when I treat on my thumbs. Getting nervous, trying about it sure is fun. Come on, baby, you're driving me crazy. Goodness crazy, gritting balls of fire.
Oh, that was great. Uh, she's putting up fire emojis now. That was great. Oh, that was awesome. I think that will definitely make them want to come back and listen and see what's going on for you, especially after the winter when the outdoor shows start again next spring. They're
Yeah.
gonna want to know where you are and what's going on, and maybe some that are closer can get a sneak peek and go and watch you and go to a show. That would be great. But if you do want merch, put in the comments below or email me at watersworkload@gmail.com and we will find a way to get you the merch. I will work with Manda and make sure that information swap happens so that you can get your merch. And it is the Ditch Diggers, and they have some really cool options, some old school options. I've got the blue trucker's hat,
Yeah, that's
the
a good one.
original.
We've got three different types of hats, unless we've sold out of some of them. But from what I know, we have our retro series, kind of is what we're going to try to call it, which is kind of like our OGs, like red, white, and blue, like America. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We have those in blue with a white front. Do I have a hat around like that? No. We have a black one with the white front, and we also have one
Oh, well,
with the
keep talking. I'll
black.
get mine. Keep talking. I will get mine.
We also have a black one with a white front, like the other one, but with a different logo. It's more of like a muddy type of broken type of whatever word I'm trying logo. We have, I believe, we have some shirts left. We have tumblers, keychains. We have we have a decent amount of merch. Last I checked. But
Here's my.
if you want any, there still should be some of it. Yep, we have
I had
that
to be
in
though,
blue and black. We should still have those in blue and black. I'm not entirely sure.
and they have the net back on them. It's actually
Yeah.
really comfortable. I had to bend my bill because I'm a bumpkin. But they even if you just want something small, they have stickers, and I like the play on this because we all know what it looks like. And I
We,
thought that
we,
this would
we
be
are we are Tennessee PBR, punk blues and rock.
there. You go. And so I leave this on my fridge so I think about you and send you a good look at all your shows. And but this has been fun. I bent my bill because I'm a podunk, but I wear it some but I've got a little dirty the other day. But I've been trying to like keep it. It's going to be so I can tell people in 30 years. Lucky. Well, if I'm here in 30 years,
It's in
I got
pristine
original merch.
condition.
I've got original merch. That's what I'm going to be in the nurse home going. I've got original merch. That's going to be me. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's
it's this. You even small stuff. They have smaller items, and I'm sure the shipping mandate is very. She's a very fair businesswoman, so I'm sure she will do you right. So if you want merch for the Disc Jiggers, just get hold of me at watersworkload@gmail.com. Leave a comment or get hold of Jonah. How can they get hold of you, Jonah?
a good way to get a hold of me is through Facebook. Just look up my name, Jonah Wright. I don't even remember what my profile picture is. I think it's me playing a guitar. I'm sure.
It is
Um,
Pinky.
yes, that one. That was actually from our show at the Depot in Crossville, which was a lot of fun. By the way, shout out to Iron Oxide and Wolves of Oz for having us on that show. Thank y'all. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, if you find me on Facebook, you can message me there. Either get a hold of me or Mama Liz here, and we should be able to get you set up with some merch somehow.
We'll make it happen, and hopefully next spring, after because I get to start the gym here in about a week and a half. I'm working on strength, and so I'm not as weak, so I have a little bit more energy. And so when I feel good next spring, and y'all have a show that's closer, I'm gonna go, and maybe I can do a little bit of backstage video as y'all prep for the show to give everybody a peek at what goes on as y'all prep for the show.
It's not so much
Chaos.
for me, but the other guys, we all get different ready. Main thing I've been lacking on is stretching. I didn't think it was very important until I threw my back out at my own show and couldn't even move my gear. I was like, stretching's a good idea.
Yes, very, very much. So that would be something fun to look forward to doing. And I'll pull out the Mama Liz card and sneak backstage and do a little bit of a little video to let everybody see what's going on back there before y'all go out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm here to help anytime that I can, and I think we need to do this at least once a year just to see how you're growing and changing, your voice is changing, and what genre you're kind of acclimating toward at what times in your life. It'd be just kind of a good little snapshot Polaroid of where you are, and we can kind of look at the trail as you get older. I think that would be really cute to do.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. And for this year, if I had to leave you with 3 bands to describe me so far, definitely Typo Negative, No Effects, and probably Tupac.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, it's a good wide range.
Oh yeah, you got goth, you got punk, and you got some hip hop. I ain't gonna lie, I've been listening to a little bit of Hatebreed this year too. Which, if you haven't listened to Hatebreed and you like hardcore, check them out. They're fantastic.
Well, it's good to have different, multiple perspectives in life, and to explore other people's perspectives, even if you don't like them. It's good to know they're out there and to try to understand them. And yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
is something that helps us all bond and kind of gives us all a brief moment where we all are in like the same mind frame and emotional context state with a song, and it's a very powerful thing. So I'm very proud that you and Jordan are both musically talented and doing musical stuff, and I'm anxious to see how far you go with the bands and your singing and your writing.
Yeah,
And
I'm really excited.
yeah, I'm super excited, especially with the changes you made the last year and a half. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
So we will.
One more thing, actually, since the last time y'all saw me, I have been stabbed quite a lot.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot of new ink.
Yeah, I've got this really nice portrait that Fat Jimmy did. If I can get it in frame there. It's Mr. Stevie. He also did my hand, which I love, which is just a 50s microphone. I keep forgetting I started. This was a great piece. He did my dime bag tattoo right here. Sadly, he didn't get to do this hand, but I'm probably going to have him go back over it. But I've got this really nice rose. It just needs a little bit of work done to it. It's been a while since I've had it.
The death of Dimebag Darrell really changed the music front.
Oh, 110%, especially the way he went out.
It changed the music front. It kind of it kind of created a whole like stop moment where everyone
Oh,
had to take assessment of everything.
yeah, it's that. I mean, that's why I got two of my biggest influences for sure were definitely like Dimebag and Stevie, and that's why I wear them on my arm. And
And so well,
we're
I've got
we're
Freddie and Ron and the whole gang.
yeah, I'm looking forward. We're supposed to be doing Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead up through here
Hmm.
with a shot of Jack Daniels on my elbow.
That's
Uh,
gonna hurt.
oh yeah, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna be worth it. We're doing I think Peter Steele from Typo Negative in through this area.
Hmm.
That's like right through here. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna do like a decaying piano going like up through here. So
Hmm.
it'll be a fun piece.
You know, all of my birds are for people that passed away while I had them on my caseloads.
Mhm.
And so it's a good thing I stopped. I left when I did. The next one was going to hurt really bad. I've got my granddaughter's name, but I've also got Chris Cornell's. It's hard to show you on tattoos, but Chris Cornell's signature autograph right there. He was for me one of the people that kind of changed and evolved the music in from the grunge, and he just eternally kind of kept setting new sounds his whole life. I love him. And then of course I have Brian and my Phoebe bird, and I designed this one with the Q with the crown and Freddie's face,
Hmm.
and then I have the Mercury symbol. So and I have half my back done too, but
Yeah,
we'll get
I've
to that.
always adored your sleeve. Like it's always been just awesome.
Well, I wanted to get it finished, but my tattoo artist passed away about a year and a half ago from pancreatic cancer, and I miss him. So it took that long for me to let Jimmy actually do just put my granddaughter's name on me because for 7.5 years, the only person that had tattooed me was David Hint and Harley Dassau, and he went by. He had a tattoo, a parlor name, and but he passed away, and he knew he was very ill, and he donated all of his organs and saved like 8 people.
Wow.
And and to see, if people were to see him out, they would think, oh, that's long hair, covered in tats, play guitar, like Mastodon music, that music. And people would have thought, oh, go across the street and walk away from him. Kindest, most gentlest soul. And he signed everything early because he knew he was not going to make it through the next attack. And he signed, and everything that was usable, he donated and donated and saved 8 lives. And saved 8 lives and gave one child back sight in a blind eye.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was dead. I missed him.
The funny thing is the way you describe him sounds exactly like me. And that's the thing. When you see people like me or like Harley or like Jimmy, we look like a bunch of hard asses. We're just big teddy bears. We really are.
Some of the people that have the best hearts have the roughest exteriors. And it's just kind of a defense mechanism because if you don't have that rough exterior, people will take advantage of your kindness.
Yeah, and like I have really bad RBF.
Oh,
So
I do too. I do
um
too.
I
I've been
look
told
I
that
look
before.
kind of unapproachable in public. But the thing is if somebody goes out of their way to come say hello to me, I'm not gonna not greet them with a smile and say hello.
Oh,
No matter what
I
kind
do.
of mood I'm in. So by the way, if any of y'all see me out in public and just want to just say howdy, I mean feel free to say hi. Just tell me who you are because if I don't know you, I don't know you.
Just
But
tell him how you know him. But yeah,
yeah,
he loves to laugh, and he constantly sends me funny stuff to make me laugh, especially on my bad days.
yeah.
And the funniest things you ever did on one of my worst days, I got a video from you, and you had gone to church and gone to the bathroom, and in the bathroom there was this tiny door, and you sang "It's a Tiny World," but instead of a tiny, it's a tiny, tiny door.
It's
And
a tiny, tiny door. It's a tiny, tiny door. It's a tiny, tiny door. It's a tiny, tiny door.
and he zoomed in on the door at the very end of it, and it cracked me up. And I was really sick that day, and I laughed for a good 15 minutes, and that was it. Helps when
I,
you're really sick. It helps to get those videos.
I felt terrible because I was at this revival and there was a sermon going on. I was like, oh, I gotta be quiet, but I've got to make this video.
I
So
would have
like
that. was suspicious. I will say that.
Yeah, like as soon as I got done singing that little part, as quiet as I was, they immediately went into a prayer, and I was like, "Oh, gotta be quiet."
Oops.
Yeah, of course, I don't even go to
I
church
tell you
anymore.
funny.
Like
I
I've
tell you
just,
funny. My brother one time, because we were up behind my dad and we were singing, but then he would take a moment and he would speak in between songs. He kind of got on a little preaching tangent, and we were all standing in the back there just waiting to sing the next song. And my brother just got in his own little world with his guitar, and all of a sudden he hits the riff to "On the Hunt" by Leonard Skinner. And I looked at him and I was like, "Stupid, stupid,
I ain't gonna lie,
stupid."
I was
And he
noodling
looked at me
around
and
one
he
day.
went, and he was like, he just kind of forgot where he was for a minute because he was just, picking around his guitar, and then he hit the "On the Hunt" riff, and I was like, "Stupid!" And he was like, "Oh no, oh you caught me, thank God."
Uh,
And Mom was just standing there like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Okay."
I've kind of done
Mom,
that.
if you remember that, your son was playing Leonard Skinner in the pulpit.
I kind of did that. I wasn't really paying attention, and I used to play bass at a church. And like while they were speaking, I ended up hearing myself, caught myself playing Voodoo Child on the bass. Luckily, I had the volume turned down, but I mean, I was just absolutely like just ripping it. And I was like, I'm glad nobody's paying attention to this because I'm having fun. I was like, if only I had a wah pedal.
Oh goodness. Okay. I bet you there's a church somewhere that has one.
Oh, I'm sure there. I mean, if there's churches that
I'm
play
sure
drums,
there.
they've got a lot of everything. Um, but yeah, this past year, I've been through a lot of ups and downs. Really kind of learning who I am as a person and where I sit, where my placement is in the world. And since I've started getting a better hold on that, it's been helping quite a lot. I've come to terms with a lot of things mentally, for the better. And just things they're getting better, and I think they're going to get better.
We
Obviously,
romanticize growing up, but transitioning from a minor to an adult is one of the rockiest, ugliest, most like you feel like a gangly giraffe trying to ice skate through a mud puddle. I mean, it's just
I
it's
mean,
a odd time.
there's days where you'll catch me. I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I won't shut the hell up for an hour, like now. Um, and there'll be days where you catch me like if you talk to me, I'll punch your baby in the face.
Yeah, you're an
I won't actually, but that's the way I feel sometimes.
you're an extra introvert. You
I
can be
this
both.
is the way I describe myself. I'm the most extroverted outrovert, or I'm the most extroverted introvert
Yes.
I think you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
I'm the most outgoing homebody you'll ever meet
Yeah. I
because I'll
understand
sit
that.
there and talk your ear off all day.
Well, I can talk the hind leg off a mill too, so I understand. But we certainly appreciate you sharing your talents with us. And I know that this, when people see your name and they come back from whatever they're doing on a Friday and Saturday night, they're going to be like, "Oh, Jonah was back and we missed him. We didn't do request." And I'm sure we're going to get a lot of feedback. We normally do. Your video last time got a few hundred views. I'm sure. I think it was like around 300, maybe 400 views. It was quite popular and really kind of shook a few people up to see such a talented young person. And now with the growth and the band, it's going to be a good time for them to kind of see where you're going, what's and now how to follow you and watch you on their own and not have to go through me all the time to see you. So go and follow Ditch Diggers on Facebook. If you want to see more background stuff, you can follow Amanda Chaotic on Facebook or Instagram. And if you want merch or you would like more information or if you would like to book them for something, you can contact Amanda Chaotic through Instagram or Facebook or the Ditch Diggers. Or if you're like, I only know you, send it to me and I will forward it to Amanda.
Yeah,
Um, and we'll get it done. I want my bonus kids to do well, so I'm out here trying to support all of them. I've got like 700 bonus children.
yeah.
Uh,
At this point,
so
um,
fun to watch them grow up. And I'm
yeah.
very
Another thing that y'all can be expecting. Once you feel like it, I may or may not have sent Mama Liz a couple videos to make a new short compilation.
Yeah, I saw a couple come through the other day. Have you sent more?
Yeah, I sent you about 10, I think.
Okay, I was on the phone call with my nurse earlier, so I may have missed that before we got on here. So I'll double check. And if I have enough to do a compilation video, I will put together one of Jonah's weird compilation videos of the strange things he sends me just out of the blue. And sometimes I go, what? And then sometimes I laugh my honey off. But
I'm a very questionable person sometimes.
well, the sad thing is I get it. Like every time I get it. I'm like, I understand exactly why you thought that when like you were in that place or you saw that or you heard that. I get because my brain works that way too. But
Oh yeah, like
yeah, but we
I'm the
will
person. I'm the person that'll do things only you think about, or you only think about.
yeah. You just yeah. You don't have a line there. You just
Yeah,
kind of think
like
it through.
one of my favorite things is. Give me just 2 seconds. Some people, if you're a psychopath like me and a pyromaniac, I'm sure at some point here or there, somebody's like, "What's it like to put a flame out on your tongue?" And people's like, "I wonder what that's like." And of course, if I'm sitting there from where I used to smoke, I'd always have a lighter, so I just go, and just put it out, just every time. That's fine. I'll blow fireballs.
Make sure your hair hasn't been colored very recently. You're gonna poof up in smoke. You get your hair done more than I do, so
I know. Well, the pink faded quicker than I thought it was going to. So I was like, I'm going jet black. I'm getting some green dreadlocks that are going to be able to be taken out, so I get to wear them for special occasions and stuff. But yeah, I'll hopefully you'll be seeing more of me on the page.
yeah, I'll keep them updated on your new look and all your new.
Yeah, I don't film a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to start filming new riffs and just overall weird shit to post, I guess. Just stuff to make people smile. That's all I like doing, really. Like my whole motto, like it was put in the paper when we played in town. Well, they didn't put it the way I said it, but the way I like to say it is, my goal in life is to put asses in seats and smiles on faces. That's all I want to do in life.
Now, I remember that. Yeah, they changed it slightly, but
yeah, they wouldn't allow ass in the paper. Understandable, I get it. But when you're hit, you say
pretty good. It was a good interview though, and that was a good show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that. It was scorching hot though.
All right, well, tomorrow, everybody, you have a photo shoot and so photos are on the way, and then a
little vlog, a little vlog.
Yeah, a little mini video vlog of the background goings on of the photo shoot. So I'm feeling pretty good, so we're gonna try to do it. I may have to take me a chair to sit down so I can stabilize the camera because I've been a little shaky with these fronts coming through. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow, and I think my body will work better. So we're gonna attempt a massive photo shoot. Then it's gonna take me forever to edit photos, but we'll get them edited. And so I'll try to get the mini vlog done tomorrow and post it tomorrow night, and then the photos will come probably over the next 3 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a fun weekend, I think.
So we're gonna test my skills as a photographer, which I did win first and third at the fair this year.
Very good. That's always great.
This Ventures County, though. I mean, hey, it's something to brag about.
First and third, that's some ribbons right there.
And I hadn't entered anything in 7 years, so I was very proud of myself. God, so tomorrow, well, you've got stuff you can enter. You've got some artwork you can. We'll work on that. But tomorrow, you're going to get more Jonah. So just wait for it, and we'll try to do this. We'll try not to wait as long next time and do this, and we'll try to keep up with some practices and some videos and some little compilations of what y'all are doing, and share those. And then when the season starts again next year and you are booking and set up to show, I'll start posting that information because I do have people that are close enough that would probably like to come. I know that Daniel, who is normally in here, is just down the mountain, just down Angel Mountain, and I know that he would want to come because he missed the one show you did down there, and he's wanted to see it ever since. So we'll get this up so everyone can see it. And we'll just keep everybody aware of what's going on and just share away.
Yeah, just got a lot of cool stuff in the works, as every local band says. But we have a lot of cool stuff coming. Hopefully, especially within the next year or two, I believe.
Yep. Yep. I think this year is going to be a lift-off year. I think Yins did so well last year. Well, this last show season. I think Yins laid down such a good name for yourselves and did such large venues on your first year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a kind of a lift-off year for Yins. You're going to start to really get noticed a lot this year.
Yeah, it's going to be something, I believe.
Gypsy says, ask him if he still want. Oh yeah, the cowboy boots. Tell Gypsy about the cowboy boots.
Oh, what you mean these?
Yes, those.
The ones I've been wearing kind of nonstop. I love them. I really do. They fit really well, and I've well, maybe in the photo shoot, more than likely.
Maybe. So
No,
yeah,
it's 100%. I really like them, and they go with a lot of the stuff I wear. So thank you very much.
Yeah, he really likes them, and yeah, we might get a sneak peek of them tomorrow in the photo shoot.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe. So okay, well we're gonna let everybody go tonight, and everybody go follow the Ditch Diggers. Go give them some love. Buy some merch. Send some emails. Manda Chaotic on Instagram, Facebook, or Ditch Diggers on Facebook, or you can leave a comment or email me. Let's make it happen if you want to support them. And as people stream through and watch this, even if it's 6 months down the road, if you want a t-shirt or a hat, you comment, you email me at watersworkload@gmail.com, or you contact the Ditch Diggers. We will make it happen. So as everybody comes through and watches this, just leave comments. I will be checking and giving feedback.
Yeah, thank you all for just kind of listening to me ramble again for another 2 hours.
We enjoy it.
There's
Donna
been a lot
says,
going on.
Miss Donna says, see you, Jonah, and wish you the best.
Well, thank you, and I hope I get to see you soon.
We'll have to do a visit.
Been too long.
Yeah, we'll do a photo shoot. That old chimney would be great.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun.
We have to get the bull out of the field. He doesn't like me, so we'll have to get the bull out of the field.
Oh, God.
But yeah, there's a lot of great places that would be some really, really awesome, odd scenery.
Yeah.
But pretty, but odd. Yeah, but we'll definitely think about that. So, Mom, I'll bring him down soon. We'll see you.
Yeah. Before I go, like I said, if you ever see me out in public, and you want to say hi, just come say howdy to me. I won't bite, hopefully, but yeah, just thank you for having me again. Let me talk. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for listening and just kind of keeping up with my story.
Yep, and we'll try next time to not make it be such an impromptu thing. We'll try to actually be a couple of weeks' notice next time, so we can get
Yeah.
this group in here. But yeah, we'll let this one go and let the views keep piling, and we'll check back on it here in a month or two and see how many people have watched it and some of the feedback we've gotten. I'm sure it will be wonderful. And all right, everybody, tomorrow with photo shoot, and you'll be seeing Jonah again for the next couple of days. So I'm gonna end the stream, but everybody have a great night, have a wonderful weekend, and look for the video, the little mini vlog tomorrow, and we'll see you back next week and do some craft work and some. I put a skull on a stick. Does that count? I did something while I was listening to you.
Hookah shaka, hookah, hookah, hookah shaka.
Okay, we'll end on that. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.